In 2020, I made just $14,000, and in 2021, I earned over $200,000. So today, let's break down exactly how I 14x'd my income in 1 year, and hopefully show you how you could do the exact same thing. All right, let's jump right into it. What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. All right, first of all, let's just get this out of the way. I am by no means making this video to brag, and if anything, I should be incredibly humbled and grateful for all of you, because, big surprise, you are a large part of the reason why I was able to make this happen. But outside of that, today I want to discuss what changed in terms of my income sources and life circumstances that allowed me to go from earning $14,000 to over $200,000 in just 1 year. Of course, talk about some best practices that you can apply to your life to hopefully increase your income exponentially, and lastly talk about how important it is to set financial goals for yourself in the new year. Also, if $200,000 sounds insane to you, I am right there with you, but remember that I run this YouTube channel like a business, and a business is very expensive to run, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so like I said, there were two major changes that largely contributed to this increase in income, the first of which being my life circumstances. In 2020, I was a full-time college student for the entire year, and while I did have a job and other means of income, obviously my main focus was on my education. Fast forward to 2021, and I was still a college student for the first half of the year. However, I was fully online, meaning I could focus a lot of my time and energy on this YouTube channel, and of course, in the latter half of the year I had graduated, was able to really dedicate a ton of time to this channel and also get a full-time job on top of that. Now, the second thing that changed kind of ties into those life circumstances, but obviously my income sources were very different as well. The most notable change obviously being the addition of my full-time income from my job, but as I just mentioned, this YouTube channel continued to gain a lot of traction in 2021, and that is where a majority of my income now comes from. If you want to see a deep dive into the QuickBooks account that I use to run this YouTube channel and all of the backdoor finances, then I will leave a link to that video down below. And while those numbers might be a little bit outdated, the overall structure of that income and the growth of this channel have remained largely the same. Alright, but enough about those life changes for me personally. Let's talk about some best practices that I started implementing last year that I feel truly contributed to that massive increase in income. First of all, and this is not going to be popular, I truly started to create and follow a budget. Now, obviously, budgeting has little to no impact on your income, but it does have a significant impact on how much of your income you actually keep. And in my case, in the case of a lot of self-employed individuals, it really influences how much I'm able to invest because I didn't spend it on stupid things that I probably didn't need. As I've talked about before, I completely understand that not everyone wants to budget, and I am not saying that every penny needs to be tracked to a T on a spreadsheet, because you probably don't want to do that. I definitely don't want to do that. And really, it's just not necessary with all of the amazing financial tools that are now available to all of us. So whether you want to use one of the more robust budgeting platforms that I have reviewed here on this channel, or if you just want to use a platform like SoFi or Chime, which will give you the essential information on how much you are spending and how much you are earning, then it really doesn't matter. But at the very least, you need to know how much money is coming in and how much money is going out, and then use that information to adjust your spending where necessary. The second principle that had a significant impact on my income is continuing to create multiple streams of income. I'm sure you have heard this advice before, including here on this channel, but if you truly want to build your income and therefore build your wealth at a rapid pace, you cannot rely on just one stream of income. Now, if you are super smart and you're a computer programmer or a doctor or something like that, then that is awesome, and you can probably make several $100,000 per year just from that one job. But unfortunately, I'm just not smart enough to be any of those things, so if you are in that boat with me, then unfortunately we have to take matters into our own hands and create streams of income for ourselves beyond a standard job. Now, I want to be clear that there is a balance here, and this does not mean that you need to jump off the cliff and quit your job and go all in on being a self-employed individual. A regular 9-to-5 job is a fantastic foundation for building multiple streams of income, and as we'll look at later in the video, having some consistency is a really good thing, because once you start to derive income for yourself from your own means and side hustles, you'll quickly learn that nothing is guaranteed month to month financially. So having a steady job that gives you a consistent paycheck can offer an immense amount of peace of mind. Remember that the average millionaire here in the US has 7 or more streams of income, and that doesn't mean that you need to go out and create 7 streams of income overnight, because that is just not realistic, and that is a recipe for disaster. But once you land that consistent job with a consistent paycheck, maybe you start investing a little bit more, and the profits and dividends are now a new stream of income. Then maybe you find time to start some kind of side hustle, or maybe you even start a YouTube channel, and eventually that starts to produce income, and then that grows and you find additional ways to drive income from that side hustle, and then, oh, now you got a raise at your 9-to-5 job, and you get the point. It is not all going to happen at once, and don't set that expectation for yourself because you will be disappointed, but the easiest place to get started is establishing that foundational income through your regular job, and then investing as much as you possibly can, and once you do that, and you've established an emergency fund, and you feel comfortable financially, then it's time to step on the accelerator and take some risks with your money by starting that side hustle that you've always been thinking about, or writing that blog that you've wanted to for a really long time. Alright, so you've got your budget that's going to make sure that you are keeping as much as possible. You're working on establishing multiple streams of income, which is absolutely crucial in building wealth in the long term. So now it is time for the last principle or step, which is going to sound really cheesy, but in my opinion is incredibly important, and that is setting goals. Now, personally, I am not one for New Year's resolutions, and I don't think that you should need a new calendar year for you to have an excuse to achieve the things that you've always wanted to achieve for a long time. However, calendar years are a really clean and nice way to measure your financial goals, so that can be a great way to keep yourself on track and understand how you're doing financially throughout the year. Now, I want to be clear that personally, I don't believe that financial milestones or goals should ever be someone's #1 priority. Regardless of your life circumstances, and whether your priority is your family, your faith, your friendships, or something entirely different, it is very likely that there is one or many things in your life that are far more important than some shallow financial goal. But that also does not mean that there's anything wrong with setting those financial goals as long as they don't consume your thoughts and actions, in my opinion. So for me personally, my income goal for 2022 on the low end is to earn $300,000, and on the high end, I would love to earn $500,000, which is definitely a stretch, but it's good to set that range because who knows what could happen, especially when you are self-employed in any capacity. But for you, maybe you currently have a job that's paying you $40,000 per year and you would like to get to $60,000 of total income. Or maybe you're at $100,000 and you'd like to get to $200,000. These can all be fantastic and realistic financial goals if you are putting one foot in front of the other, tracking your income and expenses, establishing those multiple streams of income, and then really it's not that difficult and you very well could make those dreams and goals, more importantly, a reality. I fully realize that my story is very skewed because of this YouTube channel, but I assure you that if you had told me a few years ago that I would be making 6 figures, let alone multiple 6 figures, by talking to a camera by myself in my basement, there is no chance I would have believed you. So, as I have said many, many times before, do not sell yourself short, because I assure you, the fact that you are watching a video like this and you're still watching at this point in the video means that you have a very strong desire to achieve your financial goals, and you're just trying to figure out how to make those goals a reality. So if you're comfortable sharing, I would love to know what your financial or income goal is for 2022, whether that is making $1,000 or $1 million, and what methods or principles are you planning to implement to help reach those goals. I do lastly want to say a huge thank you to you. Yes, I mean you who's watching this video right now. You are part of the reason why I am able to do what I love and make videos like this, and in a more direct sense, you are part of the reason why I was able to grow my income so quickly in just 1 year. So seriously, thank you so much. As always, if you did get value out of this content and you want to help support me, the easiest way to do that is actually by checking out some of my favorite financial tools down in the description below, including one offer from the Point cashback debit card that will currently give you $100 when you open your account and make your first purchase, so definitely check that out using the link down below. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future, and of course, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it so much. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.